Recently, Kylie Jenner fell under fire when it was revealed that she took a trip in her private jet that had only lasted a few minutes, all just to skip an around 42-minute car ride. People on the internet were incredibly angry at this revelation and started calling Kylie Jenner a climate criminal, saying that the amount of carbon emissions from the jet was going to greatly contribute to climate change, pollution, and global warming. All of this came thanks to a tweet from a Twitter account called Celeb Jets, which tracks and reports air travel done by celebrities in their private jets. Thankfully for Kylie Jenner, some of the heat may be off her, as at the end of the last week, Celeb Jets exposed another celebrity for unnecessary air travel and emissions, this time heading to Canada and taking a look at artist Drake's jet travel. Last Friday, the celebrity took a flight from Hamilton to Toronto that lasted only 14 minutes. For those of you who don't know Canadian geography, which even I really don't, and I've lived here my whole life, that's around a 70-kilometer trip and about an hour journey by car depending on the traffic. He made the trip in his personal Boeing 767 worth a whopping $185 million. It turns out that this wasn't the first time he had made this trip either. He went from Hamilton to Toronto on an 18-minute trip on July 12th, a 14-minute trip on June 28th, and a 16-minute trip on June 17th. I wonder if he complains when the flight takes a few extra minutes. The Twitter account Celeb Jets also tracks the estimated carbon emissions of each flight, Drake's being estimated at around 5 tons of carbon dioxide per trip. People on Twitter noting just how ridiculous this is, saying, Drake just flew 14 minutes on his private jet and made 4 tons of CO2 emissions. That's the same amount of emissions the average person makes in a year. It would have taken an hour to drive the same distance. This is criminal. Ian Borsuk, a climate campaign coordinator, said, "One flight can undo the efforts of hundreds of thousands of people, and you have to ask, is the convenience really worth it?" Well, apparently to many celebrities, it is. Drake and Kylie are not the only celebs to be on the list of those that have taken under 20-minute flights. It also includes the likes of Floyd Mayweather and Kenny Chesney. Many people also found this even more shocking due to what Drake did last year. He partnered with Aspiration to become a global leader in confronting the climate crisis. Pretty interesting considering he seems to be causing the climate crisis. The partnership was apparently to help and encourage Drake to reduce his carbon footprint by changing his schedule, events, and travel, and even taking part in reforestation efforts. At the time of the partnership, Drake said, "It's exciting to partner with a company that's found an easy way to offer everyone the ability to reduce their carbon footprint. Aspiration's innovative approach to combating climate change is really inspiring, and I hope together we can help to motivate and create awareness." I guess it was not inspiring enough, and the only awareness he created was awareness to the fact that celebrities seem to be abusing their means of convenience. Joe Sandberg, co-founder of Aspiration, had this to say at the time: "Drake isn't just ahead of the curve, he defines the curve. He is showing that people who live larger than life can live that life responsibly. Even more importantly, he will be leading by example as he shows his fans how spending and saving with Aspiration can easily eliminate their carbon footprint." It is all just so incredibly ironic now. Now, we know that when Kylie Jenner was found out, social media tore her apart, so let's take a look at what some other people on Twitter had to say about Drake. One person said, "Hey, at Drake, you're pretty awesome and all, but damn, can you think about the future of our planet, please? Private jet to Hamilton, more carbon footprint for this than most in 1 year. Not cool, man, not cool." Another said, "In light of me being 26 now, I have officially made as much of a carbon footprint over the span of my life as Drake does in a week with his private jet alone. But I'm supposed to use paper straws?" Many people continuing to make reference to the small things that we are often suggested to do to combat climate change, while celebrities and large companies seem to be having the most impact on the environment. Another person realizing this said, "Something like 70% of the world's CO2 comes from big corporations. Drake's private jet alone dumped like 26 tons of CO2 into the atmosphere in 1 week. An average American produces 7 tons of CO2 per year. Unless the wealthy are stopped, our contributions mean nothing." And that is actually true. A report from the Carbon Disclosure Project in 2017 revealed that just 100 companies were responsible for 71% of all all carbon emissions since 1988. Pretty impressive. On that depressing note, I'll end the video and tell you that Drake has currently made no comment about the situation. I've been your host, Woody. Join us next time for more.